Hello! In this video we're going to take a look at the new option in SharePoint for flexible page sections. This lets us lay out pages in SharePoint in a way that's completely flexible in terms of getting everything lined up and exactly where we want it on the page. This is a really fun new feature, and now we're going to walk through some steps to try it out. Let's get SharePoint smart! Okay, here I am in SharePoint Online, and we're just going to start with what we're making. So I've already finished a page in SharePoint, and you can see that I've got several elements on this page lined up in a placement that I want that looks nice for a metrics dashboard. So this is something you wouldn't have been able to do before with SharePoint, but with these new flexible sections, we have the ability to get elements onto the page exactly where we want. We're going to walk through the steps and reproduce what you see here from a blank page. So I'm going to go over to my new page. I just created a new page with the banner, and we're going to try to reproduce what we have on the previous page. So when we go to edit the page, we're going to be using the new flexible layout section. When you first add the section, just pick that flexible choice. If you don't yet see this in your SharePoint, it just means it has not yet been released in your tenant, and it probably will be very soon. Okay, so I already have my flexible section and I'm ready to place elements. We're going to start with a text element at the top of the page. So I just select the section and I click on the type of web part I want to do, and we're going to do text. So we're just going to match what we're doing here before. So we have sales summary information, current year. I'll just type that in. Whatever you want to type in there. We're just doing some practice work, and that's really the point of the steps in this video, just to get you acclimated to this new feature. Notice when I go to resize the web part, we have this new grid in the background, and that's what's different. We didn't have those abilities before. So I'm going to go ahead and center this text, and we will give it a background color too. Why not? Okay, so I'll make it dark blue, and then I want to change the foreground color, and I want to have white on that. So I'll just go for a white, and I'll make one little extra adjustment. I'll add a little space before and after, and that's it. We've already got our first element on the page. I like to republish often just to make sure I don't lose anything. So you can always republish and add it over and over again. And now we're ready to do another web part. We're going to do more text web parts. And so I have these little boxes, and there's a trick to doing this, and I'll show you how to do it. So in my case, I'm showing various metrics for my organization, and I want to have these boxes that kind of line up with these other web part elements I have on the page. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to add a text element in here. And within this, there is a table option. I don't want to make a table, but the thing the table will give me is it'll have a little border around the outside, which is something I want to take advantage of. Notice I made it wide initially. I'm going to make it small after I put in the information I want. So just kind of matching up with what I did on my other page. So I'll say shipped. I just put enter to go down to the next line. I'm just making up information for the sake of our practice. And we'll say 430 items. Okay, so this is just kind of some dummy text, and maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger, like that. I know it's going to be centered, so I just go up to this top row, and I'm going to center that. And then I kind of have things how I want, so I'm ready to go ahead and make that smaller. Okay, and I know I'm going to have very similar elements, so what I'm going to do to speed things along is I can just copy this. So that's a feature that's in here. So I've got my web part sized down the way that I want, and I can go to arrange items. Whoops, that's not the right feature. I go to the ellipsis, and all the way towards the bottom you're going to find duplicate. And I want 5 of these things, so I'm just going to keep doing that over and over again. So I've got 2 now, Now I've got 3 and 4, and I need one more. 5. Okay, so now I got my elements, and we'll just kind of drag them around. We're looking for the 4-way arrow, and you can see when I'm moving elements, it shows me some guides. You see the grid background, that type of thing. So I'm just kind of moving these around on the page. The good thing about this is it's got a snap to grid functionality, so it's not something where I have to do pixel perfect placements. I can just kind of follow the guides to do what I want to do. Okay, so I can just move that around. It's already at the top of the page. You get the idea. And you see how I can line them up easily using the guides. So that's very handy. Like so. Got one more I'm going to line up. Whoops, that one's... There we go. And then you can just click into these and change the text to whatever you want. So in my case, I had shipped, on schedule. What were the other ones we had? Overdue, pending. What was the last one? Will advise, okay. So we're kind of working from the outside in. Basically, we're just trying to get our general page set up, and then as we get further along, we can make adjustments to it. I want this font size to be a little bit smaller here, and then I'll make my box the way that I like. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do some other elements onto the page. Those are just text elements so far. These other elements are list web parts where I have formatted them to show special information. So I will find those now, and I just need to make sure I have my section highlighted, and we're looking for the list web part, and that is the first thing I see up here. And then it asks me which list do I want. I have a lot of lists in this site. So I believe the one I'm looking for is monthly sales. And then it's not at all how I want it to look initially. I need to go in the web part properties. So I click on the properties icon, and there's a special view I created called line chart. And then I never want to see the command bar see all buttons with that. So I just make those adjustments, hit apply. There we go. There's the line chart that I've already previously set up in my list view. So I can just adjust the width till it's just right. I don't want to see a scroll bar at the bottom. Okay. And then here's another thing. When I add a list web part, I don't want to see the name of the list at the top. There's a trick to that. If you click onto that and just hit a single space, it'll eliminate that for you. Okay, another thing that's really nice about this is the ability to have overlapping elements. See how I have all this white space? I don't really want all that white space, but luckily for us, part of this new setup allows us to layer elements. So I want to move this up some because I don't want all that white space. And you can see that the elements will overlap, and I can even adjust the order to control which element overlaps another element. So that allows us to kind of pack it in tight, so to speak. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is this pie chart, which is sales by category. So it's just another list web part. So I just click on my section, and I need to make sure I do this toolbox option, see all web parts. We want list. Okay, and this was sales by category. It's a pie chart. There it is. And then same as before, I'm just going to go to the properties, and I need to select this view I've created, uncheck the command bar and see all options, and hit apply. Okay, there's our pie chart. Similar updates like before. I don't care to see the list title, so I'm just going to replace that with a single space. And then I can adjust the width of this down. So I will make that a smaller width, and now I'm ready to kind of drag this up on the page to where I want it to be located. So I'm just going to bring it all the way up like so. And then there's one other element that we wanted. So I'm going to go to look for that. I have this stock chart from Microsoft. I'm going to go ahead and display that on the page as well. So I'm just selecting my section again. Click on that toolbox icon. We want the list web part, so I'll click on that. This this list is called stock. I've already created this previously. Then we need to go in the properties, and I need to select the gallery view. That's what shows my stock chart. Hit apply, and then I'll switch over to that view. Same adjustments as our other list web parts. Delete the list title because I don't care about that. And then I can adjust the width down like so. And now I can drag this element to where I want it to appear on the page. So I'm going to move it up here. And notice how we're taking advantage of the overlapping elements. So I'm going to do a send to back. So if I do arrange items in that drop-down menu, I can do send to back. And it's clipped a little bit, so I probably want to adjust it to avoid that. There, now it's not getting cut off, and now I want it to go a little higher as well. You're looking for the four-way arrow to adjust the placement. Okay, so I'm going to hit republish, like so. And so what's different now is I'm able to get elements onto the page with very precise placement. So I can be a lot more flexible, hence the name of the feature, flexible sections, compared to before where we had these giant white gutters that we really didn't have any control over. So now we can even do something that really is very similar to a Power BI dashboard. We can put in metrics and different elements and navigation, and we can really get a lot of things going on the page and set it up to appear exactly how we want. So a lot of flexibility with that. Now some of these displays that you're seeing with the charting, those are available to you at my site, which is SharePointDashboards.com. If you want to browse some of those examples, you can just go over to that site, and there is an option to sign up for 21 free templates. And then if you want to go on to get the subscription for all the charting options, there's a paid option, which is all 231 options as of this video. If you're interested in the charting specifically, there is a charting section here. You can see all those charts. I believe there's more than 30 different charting options available to you, so some very cool options there. Okay, so that's what we wanted to show in this video. This was just to get your feet wet and show you some tricks to take advantage of the new flexible sections in SharePoint. This really is a great feature. It allows us to have much better control over the elements that we display on our SharePoint pages. And in fact, we're going to be able to make great looking SharePoint dashboards. We can set up those landing pages in SharePoint to really look nice and control them to show explicitly things the way that we want and set up in the layout the way that we want to see it. So I hope you found that useful, and I wish you good luck.